we asked a number of university presidents to come and represent the old world of education on stage today, and they all said no. Sebastian, why do you think that is?
There's a kind of a language in the state of California that the old model is the only model out, and it's a great model. I have nothing against face-to-face education. But I think given that we're in the 21st century, we have new technologies, it's really trying to try something new.
We've cut, for example, in the last 18 months, the UC budget and the CSU budget by over $2 billion. The problem for us is our success. And as a consequence, our unwillingness to dramatically change our behavior. And this idea of online education is taking shape and now taking a lot of traction. And the debate, I think, is a long overdue and formidable one.
Gavin, you told me that your own staff advised you not to get on stage with Sebastian.
From my perspective, that question is amplified back at the office because they're saying, well, why associate yourself with Sebastian? He wants to disrupt it. Sebastian has a radical new view of higher education. Are you a threat, do you think, to higher ed, or do you think you're complementing it and doing and offering something that can run in parallel with the system as we know it?
Yeah, I don't see myself as a threat to the existing education system, and it's been discussed this way because that's the first reaction that people have in the higher ed system to understand, wow, what's going to happen to me if we find a new way of educating. But we leave so many students behind. In the state of California alone, it's about 470,000 students who are willing to enroll and pay full tuition. So I think what I'm focusing on is this opportunity that's way outside existing higher education. We can really provide lifelong education, international education, education to people who are economically disadvantaged, and so on.
Do either of you think it's okay for online education to divorce itself from academia entirely, just become a job training platform?
When my great-great-great-parents lived, one education was actually sufficient, and things didn't move that fast. But thanks to everybody at TechCrunch, the world is on fire, and things are moving extremely fast. In my own field, computer science, my education expires after 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years and everything is new. The cloud is new, Facebook is new, Twitter is new, Google is new. A lot of new things can do, new programming languages.
I think what Sebastian is offering is something that is imaginative, but most importantly, he's not just talking about taking a lecture and putting it online. He's talking about a whole new model of education that takes the latest in terms of how we learn and incorporates it into a new platform of engagement.
Sebastian, you're not just paying lip service to this, you actually have something to announce.
Today we put up a website and announcing that we have an open education alliance where a whole bunch of companies we've worked with in the past, new companies are working with us, and also I guess Khan Academy joined us, and we're talking to more educational outlets. And the idea is to, we got a lot of inquiries from industry to say, look, what our students that we graduate and come in are able to do is this, and what we want them to do is this thing over here. So can we participate in the creation of curriculum for higher education? And I think what is hopefully going to be a bit of a platform to think about education in the 21st century. Like what is really needed in the workforce, what skills you need to find a job. And then it's not just us you can come to, it's anybody you can come to, and anybody should compete for building the best education product to really serve our workforce needs and our employment needs.
So a Google University, but sort of like the UC system. So a Khan Academy course would count as an Udacity course.
Yeah, I think if you call it Google University, my friends at Google get very nervous and so on. Let's call it an industry-wide alliance. So let's call it non-branded open education alliance, so everybody's invited to join.
If this doesn't wake up the UC, CSU, and community colleges, I don't know what does. If it takes Sebastian on the outside to put some pressure on all of us on the inside, I say bring it on.
10 years from now, are your kids, your toddlers, going to go to Udacity instead of Stanford?
I've got a 3.5-year-old daughter that still runs up to the TV and doesn't know why it doesn't do this. You can't educate my daughter like I was educated. I thought she was a prodigy when she was 1, just watching her on the smartphone. She went on, I think it was a Vanity Fair magazine once in the house, and she didn't understand why the top of the magazine didn't flip. We've got to get serious about this.
I agree.
And that's why I'm here with Sebastian.
It's really important to be creative about this. If we were to reinvent education today, would we really force every student in the classroom to go exactly at the same pace, thinking exactly the same thought at the same time, almost like an industry of drones, the way we educate today. For K through 12, we've shown that C-level math students can get to an A-level just by giving their own speed of progress. Why shouldn't education be fun? Why do you have so many teenagers that just walk away from education thinking that it's boring? I think there's a lot of old-fashioned things we can perpetuate that come from a world that was not digital, not interactive, not online, and we try to retain it. I think we should be creative.